I'm Laura.
Hi, I'm Zavin.
Hi, I'm Lauren.
And we're going to be demonstrating lighting today. Lighting is an important aspect of film. However, by most amateur filmmakers, this is the one aspect that is often overlooked. And the funny part is that lighting tends to make the biggest difference for the feel of the film in the simplest of ways.
Because filmmaking is often called painting by light. Through simple alterations, one can make a film seem as if it is at a different time of day, made with higher budget or practically anything else.
And here's an example of filming without light. As you see, the picture is not clear at all. The reason for this is because the eyes see differently than film. Film is made of picking up shadows and highlights from a scene and putting them together. Another example of what lighting can do comes from when you overlight a scene.
The most important and basic thing to remember is to get a good balance of lighting. Today, we will show you some simple tricks you can do to give your film a more well-lit and professional feel through the use of light. First, let's talk about the simplest and most easiest thing that you can do. It's a three-step system called the three-point lighting. Three-point lighting is often used to light scenes and is the most common element of lighting design. There are three aspects in the three-point lighting system: a key light, a fill light, and a backlight.
The key light is the main light or the brightest light to light up your subject. It is usually placed at a 45-degree angle from the front of the subject.
As you see, what it does, it creates a highlight on the subject, but it also creates a lot of shadows. So to compensate for this, you add in your second light, the fill light.
The fill light is a weaker light than just the key light and is usually used to diffuse or reflect off the surface of the subject so it does not give a harsh quality to the scene. What this does is balance the shadows and the harsh lighting on your subject by providing a more softer and more diffused balance.
The fill light is also placed 45 degrees from the subject and is on the opposite side of the key light. This serves to light up the subject from both angles and gives your subject a 180-degree radius of light around the front of them, while ensuring that no one particular area is harshly lit. The final 180 degrees of the subject is covered by the backlight. The backlight is placed above and behind the subject and functions as a spotlight.
What this does is pops your subject from the background of the scene and creates a clear separation between the actors on the set and the backdrop on the scene. Here is an example of all three lights turned on together.
As you can see, this serves to give your subject an overall well-lit view and creates a sense of balance. This also helps the subject seem more grounded. With a few simple alterations, however, let's see how you can change the mood of the film. If you turn on just the key light, it gives the scene a more film noir look.
Now, by just using the backlight, your film gets a much more severe look, much like a horror film. This is backlighting with a little bit of reflector board above the subject. This is with the backlight and the fill light. And this is just with the fill light. This lighting system works perfectly when shooting indoors, but what if you want to shoot outdoors? Your only source for lighting is and should be the sun. For it to work best, you may want to shoot at or around noon when the sun is at its highest and stays relatively overhead for the longest period. This can give all of your outdoor scenes, no matter how long it takes time to film them, a much more consistent feel.
The only other thing when filming outdoors is to remember to keep colors true. What you need to remember is the indoor-outdoor temperature tints, and that is as simple as this. Indoor gives off an orange, and outdoor gives off a blue tint.
A good thing to keep in mind is if your film is too blue when shooting outside, a simple white point adjustment will make your whites a true white. By fiddling with the aperture exposure settings, you can adjust and ensure your blues to become a true blue and your oranges to become a true orange. By doing both, as well as filming at noon, you can guarantee your picture to be the most well lit as possible.
This is on auto white balance. So as you can see, with a few lighting tricks up your sleeve, you too can truly paint with light.
Thank you for watching.